You guys, how many of you were able to join the Twitter space this time around? I know that I talked about it in one of the videos where I said that they usually host, Showmax usually hosts a Twitter space on the Real Housewives of Lagos, and it's always very hilarious, guys. The things that you would hear there, your ears are going to be so full. So it's always very hilarious. They did one on Friday. I don't know how many of you joined. If you were able to join in, just let me know in the comment section. If you're not able to join, I got you. You guys know I got you always. So apparently it holds on Fridays after the Real Housewives of Lagos airs in the morning. They usually do it in the evening by like 8 p.m. They didn't do last week. So if you were hoping for last week, there was none at all. So you didn't miss out on anything. So they didn't do last week. This week they did one. And this week was even, would I say it was more hilarious than last week? Maybe not. But I just noticed a shift in the dynamics of people that received the backlash. This time around, Chioma, Toyin, I think they were the ones that received the most. Laura also received, but I think at this point it's normal for Laura to get backlash because of the things that she does in almost every episode. Then there's something happened. There's a post that Laura put up. Speaking of apologizing, she came out to apologize or say that she's not going to attack anybody. She's seeking for peace at this point. Let me see if I can get that tweet on Twitter. Jesus. You guys. What's going on? You guys. Mr. Macaroni said, just reading that St. Francis Church in Ondo State has been attacked. Multiple people have been killed. I'm not sure of the numbers. Saw a part video and couldn't watch till the end. Is there no longer value of human life in Nigeria? Goodness. That's why I don't like going to Twitter sometimes. There's a whole lot of bad news that goes on there sometimes, and then in recent times a lot has been happening in Nigeria. I don't like to go into like all the things that have been happening in Nigeria. If you notice on my channel, I try to avoid it. The last time I posted about like something crazy like we having a movement, it was NSAS. NSAS was like last 2 years. Since then I've just been avoiding it because I don't want to be all moody. I don't want it to just bring me down in any way. But right now it's trending on Twitter. So let's pray for the victims of the Ondo State attack. Apparently it was a church that was attacked today, so let's just say prayer for them. Let me just leave the Laura's post, Jerry. See, it's already changing my mood, but yeah, let's just. So I'm going to play the parts, the things that I got from this particular space for you guys. I tried to just cut it down a little bit so that it will not be too long because it's like 2 hours. The full thing, if you want the full thing, you can go on Showmax. I'm going to just put the link in the description box and maybe in the comment section so that you can easily find them and you'll be able to join, watch the full one. Next week we're all going to gather there. It's just very interesting to have different people's opinions, different like just the dynamics is a little bit different. So let me just play it for you guys. I've been rambling since, but yeah, let me just play it for you guys. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and yeah.
Okay, so me, I'm even sad. I invited our dear auntie, but she told me she was coming. Well, on Twitter, she put okay and I cannot see her because honestly, I wanted to ask her that. Did she actually think about that question she asked Caroline? I thought that was careless. I mean, and I don't think she was. I don't think it was. She was trying to be spiteful or anything. I think it was just a careless thing. You know how auntie Yabu can be dramatic. I think she didn't mean.
She's not auntie.
I know now. That one is just to tease her. Now, if you don't call her auntie, how would she be angry?
Ha.
So I think. So that question, I mean, it was obviously inappropriate, but I don't think she did it to be hateful. I think it was just how you know how you have big mouths. When people talk a lot, you start talking rubbish.
Oh, wow.
So last week's episode, please, it was too much for me. I haven't recovered. I want to quickly delete it from my brain. The episode plus the Twitter fight, I'm not doing. Like, no, that was a bit too much. So I'm actually thankful this week's episode was a bit chilled. Like, okay, party, let's eat, let's dance. Last week's episode was too much.
What is the drama?
So everybody has a bit of drama. Toyin, for instance, I think has an understated complex. Laura's own is obvious, but Toyin's own, because she's beautiful, she's confident, it's not very obvious. But Toyin has a complex because I don't know how someone's existence will offend you. Someone likes to powder her face, it's a problem. Someone comes there, someone dresses well. Like Chioma puts an effort into how she looks, and you think it's because of you. She wants to outshine you. It's the weirdest thing I've ever heard in my life. It makes no sense that because someone is dressing well, it is because of you. Like it is completely weird. If it was a man, I would say okay, maybe she's trying to impress you, but I don't,
Auntie
it
Yabo is
makes no sense.
actually here. She's listening.
Yes, please. See, I should come on. If I can give up my space for her, but I need her to answer that question. Was she beefing or it was just careless? Anyway, let me quickly run through so
Or
that she
maybe
can
you have to
talk.
wait until episode 10 to see the context. That's another thing.
Exactly. No, so to be very honest with you, I'm hoping that Caroline actually answered appropriately. I'm hoping Caroline actually gave her boost. Like she shouldn't have asked that kind of question. I hope Caroline did that. I hope we see that in the next episode. And I think that the whole $43K thing, why are we acting like that's not a lot of money? If anybody should lose anything worth that amount, you should be sad. Like I don't
How
think she
much
was
is
trying
dollar
to.
now?
My sister, 610. Are you
Okay.
joking? You lose
So
20 million and
43,000 times 610, 26
let's
million.
even use
So
600.
30,000.
Let's use
That's
600.
that is a down
The cost of
payment.
a house in my village.
Please, I'm talking about that's a down
Okay.
payment on like a 3 or 2 bedroom flat somewhere on the island
And
or
you tell me
wherever
someone should not
really,
be sad.
wherever they
Of
are
course you
selling
should be
the
sad.
house.
Of course it is
Do
worth
you
shutting down the
believe
property.
that the bracelets existed, or even if they existed, cost that much?
She
Or
has shown us now. It's on her page now. She has shown it to us on her page. Whether it now costs that amount. Me, I
oh,
cannot.
she
I don't have
posted
that
it
amount.
on her Instagram?
No, Twitter. Me, I've left Instagram. Twitter. She
She
posted it
put
on
a
her
picture.
Twitter. A
Okay,
video. And he
okay.
was doing chaprapra. So you people that know original things, you can help us check. I don't know, but if truly, it could even have been the sentiment behind it. I think it's valid. Like if I misplace something that's expensive, I will be sad. Like I will sulk for the whole day. So I think it's valid. She wasn't seeking for attention. She was truly sad. Then okay, I've already told you that Laura, I am telling you that Chioma's offense. Laura's own. See, I had something else because I write down my comments so I don't forget. I had
Mm-hmm.
something else planned for Laura today, but honestly, after someone mentioned that she's pregnant, if she's truly pregnant, I promise you, I quit judging Laura. Pregnancy hormones, is a very valid reason to be psychotic and have bipolar disorder. So if she's
Oh
truly pregnant,
wow! Oh my
I
gosh! How
release
do you
Laura
allow
of
people to
all my
attack
beef. I quit judging her. Like I promise you, pregnancy hormones, no. Honestly,
you?
she's even trying. As at this juncture, no, if she's really pregnant, then I'm now hailing her. Because really, it's very valid. It's very, very, very valid. So I'm going to wait till I find out. I'll do my investigation on social media to check.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'll come
Mm-hmm.
back.
All
Then
right.
Chioma is
Thank
an
you.
ole. Please let me talk about Chioma. She's an ole. All
When
mouth,
you say
no
Ole,
action. She cannot fight. That's why she'll be
did
pushing
she
people
give
in
you
front.
the? Did she give you the impression that she wanted to fight anyone?
No, so that's the thing. When you tell someone something about someone and the person repeats it, you shouldn't back out. You shouldn't be upset someone said it. Did you say it? Say what you said. She never actually said, this is actually what I said. She's forming,
Mm.
oh, I told you in confidence, blah, blah, blah. That's not the point. Did you say it or not? Why are you
Mm.
saying it if you know that if they say it in public, you will not be happy about it? So I think that and then she said something I want us to take note of that even if we become enemies, that her secret will remain safe. And now I know they are enemies because Caroline said something about them not following each other one thing, one thing. So please let's watch out for
Let's
if
keep.
things will happen.
Chioma is an instigator. Instigator Pro Max.
You say Pro
That's
Max.
that's her title because it doesn't make sense that you tell Caroline something and she tells other people what you told her. And you're not saying, oh, you did not say that. Oh, now you see Caroline afterwards. Ah, Caroline, why do you not go and cover me? What I mean, why now? Why are you doing throwing all of that? I mean, she's trying to act all queenly so that she's not being dragged or something, but she's just giving bad advice. And why was she wearing leather and boots inside Lagos State when she went to meet Caroline to pick tiles? Boots and leather inside this hot sun in Lagos.
I'm just kind of disappointed a little bit with Laura because Iyabo and her daughter walked your runway for you.
Okay. Okay.
So I
Okay.
feel like even if you want to say, oh, you're not a party person, you're an introvert, blah, 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 at least if someone has gone out of their way to do something for you, just even if you have to squeeze yourself, just do that for the person. So that was somehow, yeah.
Mm.
And then I like how Miriam is just being her own person. She's not really inheriting anybody's beef as
Mm.
opposed to Laura, who is literally like she's taking this loyalty to the extreme where she wants to inherit all of her family members and all of her friends beef with other people, whether she know the genesis of the beef or not.
Did you hear when Chioma said that Laura told her that she didn't want to fight with Iyabo or Toyin because they're Raz? Did you hear that?
Yes, yes, and the part where they had to have the conversation again at Caroline's workplace.
Mm-hmm.
For me, that part, I feel like I respected Caroline for being uncomfortable with talking about it. I
Mm-hmm.
like that fact, but that I said Laura Choma looks a bit shady for me in that aspect because I feel Choma actually said that. She's trying to instigate those people. So she would like be in center of attraction and be like attention and be like, oh, I'm the person who is peaceful, the sweetheart, that doesn't have problem. I just like fashion. I know this kind of thing. But we know you have problem. You are the one you're feeding off your relationship with Caroline. But what I wanted to talk about, like I didn't really put my mind deeply into that because what was on my mind was towards the end part where Laura was apologizing. You came with negative energy.
Mm-hmm.
You're okay with the negative. You thought maybe being like that is going to drive attention to your side. You the whole I am needy kind of vibe. I want you all to acknowledge me every time. Now these people are ignoring you and you cannot stand the fact that they're ignoring you. You're coming up saying you're not comfortable. Bitch, bye. Please. You
Okay, but
started it.
okay,
End
now
it.
wait now. So what
Okay.
if what if she started on the wrong note and she's like, you know what, this is not the way to go. Let me just try to make peace.
That
So
babe
you know,
complains
if you were
about
among the women, you won't give
everything.
her a chance.
See, honestly, I'll keep my distance. She complains about everything. Even when this lady was talking about her diamond bracelet. See, if you don't talk about it, just keep mute. You don't have to be so bitchy about it. She's too, I mean, I'm like, God, this lady is bitter. Something is seriously wrong with her.
Do you believe that the bracelets was worth that much?
It's possible. It's very possible it's not worth that much. But she just wants, see, there's one thing I notice
Like,
about all the women.
was the amount even necessary? I'm just,
She just wants to justify the fact that, oh, so people wouldn't say, oh, why are you so moody because of a bracelet? So I need
mm.
to make them know that this bracelet is this amount.
But
So
she also said,
mhm.
oh, that it's not even about the money; it's more about the sentimental value.
Please, drama.
Uh,
See, it's drama, honestly. She just wanted attention. She wanted to be the person where everybody would just be like, oh, there's a way you come into, that's a new space, that's Dubai. So she wants to be the person everybody is sympathetic towards. Oh, yeah, she lost bracelet. So,
do you think it
you
was
know,
sympathy, or do you think it was more of a look? I am dating someone who can afford to give me this sort of bracelet. After all, I did. I did marry a billionaire.
yeah, and
I
that
mean,
too.
look, I'm laughing now because I remember when everybody was laughing about this in episode one, but she said I didn't like her because I laughed about it. So that's why I'm laughing again. Like, oh Lord, what's gonna happen now? But
That too is part of, oh, I'm a beautiful lady, am I the billionaire? So because she's been trying to ride on that billionaire status in the beginning of this series. So I feel that too is part of it.
Today's episode was a whole lot. A lot of things happened today. But
mhm,
firstly, I want to talk about Toyin.
mhm.
I feel like Toyin is being unnecessarily competitive with Chioma. Like, I mean, at first I thought Toyin was going to be, she gives this boss lady vibes, which I think she is. I won't lie, but I
Mhm.
thought she was going to be so, since she's a king of fashion and all of that, she will be so chill about it. But she's just Chioma said I'm a perfectionist. She said me too. You're not a perfectionist more than me. It's not even a competition. It was so funny. I was like, I think that she was being so unnecessary with that. I don't know what Chioma did to her exactly. I'm still trying to figure out if it's just the fact that Chioma can dress. I want to also make a comment on Iya. I've seen a lot of Iya boys being a mean girl or being shady to Laura. And I think that honestly, I understand why Iya boy she would even like make I don't know a comment she made today because like Laura at Priest's birthday, she was I don't even understand why I'm finding it hard to understand Laura. Honestly, I don't know what her problem is. I know she's very misunderstood, but she's making herself misunderstood. She doesn't want to come, she doesn't she's really acting no. I understand why everybody should even like why people have a problem with her. She's a lot. She's doing a lot. She's doing a lot. No, Iyabo, her fashion show, Iyabo and Prissy, they made that fashion show interesting. What other interesting thing happened? Let's be honest. What other interesting thing happened on that fashion show? So at least I just expect that Laura would, just at least give something.
I think we've been talking so much about Laura. Let's start with her. So I think that Laura always coming up with the excuse that she's family oriented, and because of that, put up nasty attitude is very unbecoming. I mean, I would want to assume that everybody here is family oriented one way or the other. I mean, you can't chat shit about my sister and I'll be looking at you, I'll give it to you. But that doesn't mean that I'm going to be nasty, go around being nasty to people because I'm trying to be family oriented. It doesn't just make sense.
And now that they're giving her the energy that she has been giving to people, she's feeling annihilated. Girl, I mean, if you can't start the heat, you brought the heat into the kitchen, babe. Laura has not been fair to Yaba, and I don't know why people are throwing jabs at Yaba, saying that she doesn't like Laura. First off, if you watch episode 2 or 3, Laura specifically said the reason why she wasn't going for Yabo's get together was because she doesn't know Yabo.
Mm.
And Yabo didn't react to you. She still walked your own way with her daughter.
Mm.
Then you come out here and start giving. I beg everybody should go and sit down, Jerry.
I want to talk about Laura. I think I understand Laura. Laura is a very emotional human being, and she's just a loyalist to the core. And sometimes, and that's why sometimes it's don't be inheriting people's enemies. I feel the real reason why she doesn't like Caroline is because of what Toyin told her. And then it's like the Toyin now went to go and stay
But
somewhere good.
is that wise,
And
Miriam?
it's
I have a
not wise. That's
question
what I'm
for you.
saying. It's
Because
not
when someone
wise.
tells you something about someone, it's always from
Yeah,
one perspective. So how do you swallow that? I mean, and this happens. We're all human beings. This happens. People will offend your
exactly,
friends and
exactly.
so on, and they'll come and tell you stuff. But yeah, you can. I feel like as an adult, you should know that you should. Okay, you this person did that.
Pick
Wow,
your
oh wow.
fight
But
reasonably.
then you
Pick your fight.
maybe take your time to also study the person to see if they're actually that sort of person,
Kind
or
of
do you
person,
understand?
yeah.
Or just be
Yeah.
cordial. Basically, you don't have to.
I think she didn't even try to know Caroline. I think Caroline came with an open mind because from the beginning, honestly, I love Laura. But the truth is that when Caroline came on the show, she didn't give any negative energy towards anybody. There was one time Laura didn't even come for what is it? She was like, "Oh, you miss Laura." Like she didn't even give any kind of negative energy. I really wish Laura chose her battles very well. About that party, don't be angry. Personally, if I'm fighting with you people, see, I can't sit down there. I can't feel very uncomfortable because you literally see it on my face that I can't pretend I'm not okay here. So yeah, even me, with the whole way the place was hit, when I was watching, I was like, I hope Laura will just leave this place. She just, I'm not saying she's not
whose
welcome, but she
party?
doesn't feel
Priestess
welcome.
party.
Yeah, Princess party. Even me, I was hoping she would just leave because it just looked like she was looking for fun. See where she was running around. Like there was nothing welcoming. I wish
But
these
there were
women were
other
like
people at the party that she knew, so she could have sat with.
sat
Didn't we
with them with
see?
me.
Yeah.
But you see, like Miriam now was sitting down with Caroline and the rest, and she
Eh.
had to go and even sit in another table. Well, she for just sent her maybe Prissy some gift or something or her regards. Like she was just jumping around. She was looking restless. Like I think I used to relate. Like I can understand sometimes the temperament, like you not even sitting down, hearing what people are saying, you just react. But again, Laura should just choose her battles very well.
So basically, I love this episode so much because, first of all, am I the only one that's noticed that Choma is the only person that takes gifts to this event?
Yay! What if they don't show all the others? Could
Why would
that?
they choose not to show the others and show only every time Choma?
Or what if their gift was a transfer? Uh-huh.
But I mean, let's say the truth. We know that they did not take any gift to this place because all
Oh,
of them is FFO. But I loved how Choma cleared Tiana. A bitch will forever be stunned because why are you oppressed? Why are you pressed? Like every time you see somebody dressed nice, so, oh, I like what you're wearing. I can make something like this for you. Promote your business instead of making it look like a competition that you're not even. I mean, you don't compete where you don't compare. I don't know why you're trying too hard. It is just absurd. Also, Tiana, same thing she did again in last episode, calling Chama fake and plastic because Chama did not fight Caroline's battles. But she too said, I cannot fight my friend's battle. How are you? Like, it's giving hypocrisy, Like, pick a struggle. Are you fighting your friend's battle or not? So you cannot come for Chama for not fighting a battle and you say you're not going to fight your own battle. It's giving very much two-faced Idibia. Also,
I said that to
uh,
face Divya. What?
I loved the outfits in this episode. Oh my god, the traditional party. Toyin showed up and showed out. It was beautiful. It was so much fun. You could see the ladies genuinely having fun. What confused me is Laura and her friend. Jesus Christ, what were they wearing? Oh my god.
What
Did
was
they
wrong
keep
with?
forgetting
Well,
to give them
Laura
the
looked
memo?
nice. She was wearing trad now.
She looked like an usher at a wedding. Let's not even pretend.
Oh, I like Laura. You good out.
No,
It's not good.
I mean, if you're going to be a luxurious real housewife of Lagos, I mean, come with the luxury. Let's see the luxury. If you're not going to give that, sit at home, sit your ass at home. And the fact
Yeah.
that she said she went to the event and said she do not want to be there, you should have stayed in your house.
I don't think she looked bad. I just don't like how she just sat in one corner, didn't interact, didn't
So
dance,
basically, if
etc.
she was happier, I mean, you're always better dressed with a smile on your face. If she was looking happier, she would have
Mm.
looked gorgeous. And she has a very beautiful smile. I'm never going to take that away from her. I've seen her Instagram videos, Instagram pictures. She has a very gorgeous smile. So The more she hides the smile, the more she looks like going to the store Christmas. And that's all. That's all on that.
Listen at the Grinch stole Christmas. You're not nice.
Uh,
Laser Boy, you're up next. After Laser Boy, Queen L.
Choma is just, I don't know. Choma, to me, Choma is like the real problem in this thing. I
You think
don't
she's the
know.
drama?
I feel like 100%. I feel so because I'm like, you cannot back up the things you say. You cannot back, like, you're always doing it in your confessionals. You're always doing all this, oh, I'm sitting like a queen and she's not going to bring me away from my throne, blah, blah, blah thing. I don't get it. If you have something to say about this girl, like, say it. Like, don't be two-faced. I feel she was two-faced. And most of the issues Caroline had with Laura could have been from what Choma was telling Caroline. I don't know, but I feel so. Because she couldn't even defend herself during the whole whatever. And then she's going to say, Caroline, why are you throwing me under the bus? I don't think Caroline threw her under the bus. Caroline was just trying to, like, she was just saying facts, her own facts. You get, but I don't know.
Mhm.
Trauma is just very messy. She's very, very messy.
I think the thing that is happening to Tiana is that she probably thought most of like the ladies that she brought in, they're like our people, our group. So she wanted like preferential treatment or accepted that they are friends. But she's also expecting too much. Every little thing that Miriam does without her, she has a problem with it. I think she has to shed herself off of that pride that, oh, I'm the maybe the cast might have been casted around her a little bit. And I don't understand that hatred for Chioma. Um, Chioma, that is what Chioma is just on her IG page. Like we've known Chioma like for like the longest time. Chioma might be going for brunch and she'll dress like she's going to the Met Gala. I think she should just drop it at this point. Um, I'm going to give her props though, because her event was like amazing. It was beautiful, and the food, the ambience, like everything, she brought it. So that was like beautiful. I'm going straight to Caroline. Caroline is not a spring chicken. You see all this, I'm sweet, I'm gentle, I don't like the drama. She likes it. She lives and breathes for the drama at this point. You cannot tell me like otherwise. And that bracelet saga after 2000 quid bracelets, I was just going to swallow my spit and just marinate and wait till the next episode and the accompanying like episodes. But I'm not going
All
to talk
right.
about her fashion choice. Like she was beautiful. Like dressing to like the event was beautiful. Let me
Who's
just quickly
event?
run through to like the a traditional outfit. That's the
Mhm.
Gillian. Yeah, it was very very
They all looked
beautiful.
really nice. I thought they looked
Yeah,
nice.
same here. So let me just quickly run through Chioma. Chioma is living in her own like this thing, our own world. She's like our own competition at this point. I don't understand people like trying to call that small thing that Chioma. I agree that like a seed of doubt, like gist, but that was not like the main issue between. That was not like the main issue between like Caroline and Laura. That was not even. That was just like a little thing. You guys
Mm.
are just looking for like the smallest thing to just rub Chioma with like Caroline and this person to like fight. I don't understand how. I don't understand how. And
All
this
right.
thing that they say like Chioma is the one causing like the fight. I don't still understand. Let me run through what they call it.
Hey,
Miriam. I loved Miriam like
Cheryl.
in general. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, Cheryl. Okay, really quick before I bring anyone up, apparently Laura posted this on her page about 2 hours ago. She said, "I'm not going to fight or say anything negative about any of my Real Housewives castmates. It's not happening. Even if anyone comes for me, I'll be replying with positivity because really it's not that deep. We all can't hate one another for a show that was supposed to bring women together. I have no dislike or hate for any of them. Things were said, things were done, but we all have to move past all these weekly shade and disrespect and just leverage on the franchise. We forgive and move past the drama. I've got a family. I love my family so much. And although I'm not proud of some things I did and said on the show, it's there for the world to see. I can't take it back. We all don't have to be friends, but we are on one of the biggest TV shows in Africa right now. The least we can all do is get along. Li. Okay.
I feel like Laura is the drama. Like she's very, 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 very annoying. I can't stand her, to be honest. Like she claims she's loyal. I don't think she's loyal because her friend that even came with her for Tiana's party, she couldn't even tell her friend that she's supposed to wear traditional attire. She let her friend wear whatever she wants to wear. And I don't know, Laura, she has a problem with everything. She's always on about trauma this, trauma that.
Okay,
Caroline
but
this,
she has
Caroline.
said that she did things that she wasn't proud of. It's okay that she's not
I
going to
don't
fight
care what she
anyone.
said. She's annoying.
Ha.
Like she's annoying. I
So
can't
there's no
stand her. Like
redemption like this. No redemption.
no, like every Friday she annoys me. Every Friday she annoys me.
Oh,
She's
God.
always doing something. She always wants to be the center of attention. She always want. Why did you go for Priscilla's party if you're not going to stay? I mean, you're only fighting with Caroline. You weren't fighting with Miriam. You were not fighting with Iyabo. Just Caroline, and then you are running up and down like a headless chicken from one table to the other table, just causing drama. Why? Everywhere she goes, drama must follow her. And she claims she doesn't like drama, but I feel like she lives for the drama.